Hello! So today I have a little bit different video for you guys. Just wanted to show you what I made in the past and how can you make something like this. So I'm gonna start with this chunky one. I made this probably 4 months ago, and this is just a really long twine, and it's basically made from just scraps. So where is the end? I'll have to wrap it around something. So I just started to put two strings or whatever I had together. These are actually seams from shirts and stuff like this. Hopefully this focus. Yeah. So these are just seams basically all around. And where I attach them together, they're a little bit more bumpy, but I don't mind. I think it looks pretty nice. This one was my first one, and I was doing this, I think it's like 3 meters long or something like that. And here is a lot of jersey as well. So, and then I put some of the weird stuff together, and then I started to do stuff with threads. So I made this and I kind of liked it, and then I just went with what else I had around me. I even used some ribbon, like, let me untie this. Here I'm using like 3 strands. So here is my end point with just the ribbon and the cotton. So yeah, this is the first one. If I would do it again, I think I would go with a little bit thinner like this than chunkier, because I kind of like it thinner. I'm going to continue with this one as well, so I'm not going to just throw it away. And these are really great for embellishing your junk journals and embellishing your embellishments. So they're really cool. So you can use this for garments or your bags or whatever you want to use this for. It's like an embellishment, or actually to use the cord for something. And then I have this one, this that I actually put around really neatly. This is just using those seam binding, and I decided I'm gonna put this one in my Etsy store if anyone wants to buy it. So I have a variety of colors here. I had a lot of seams from shirts, because I made a lot of alteration with shirts. Yeah, I'm not sure how long this one is, but I'm going to measure for the listing so you can check it out there. This one is really neat and it's really soft to the touch. It's like spongy soft. And the last one that I have here is twine from scraps of threads. So this one is like really interesting to me. And it's soft, and it's really awesome for junk journals. I even put some of the elastic in just to use it up. So a lot of threads, and I'm going to put this one as well in my Etsy store. So this one is shorter because I just wanted to try it out, and you can still continue if you wanted to from this point on, but maybe I should do that. So I think I'm gonna work on both of them. So yeah, let's start making this one, and then I'm gonna show you how I made this one, and then you can decide if you want to make something like this. But basically all you need is just scraps, even smaller pieces of fabric. If you stitch them together, you can use that too. But I decided to stitch it by hand, but you can do it totally with the machine if you wanted to. So here I have just few stitches, like I don't even know, like 2 or 3 stitches. And I am using this pile of goodies that I have here for my threads to stitch these babies together. Because sometimes when you're sewing, you have bigger threads as well, and you can use those or store them separately for a project like this. So you don't need to actually take a new thread, but you can actually just work with what you already have at your hand. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to put this through my needle because my needle is so small, but let's try it. Okay, I have this little bit of thread in here, and I'm not knotting it or anything. I'm just, you know, trying to make just trying to attach 2 pieces together. That's all that I'm trying to do. So I have this really nice blue one, and I think I wanted to attach it to this purple one. Let's try that. And something like this. And I'm just going to stitch it like a little bit, not making any knots or anything, just so it's holding it together, because when you knot it, when you make a twine, it really holds good together. And if you stitch the beginning and the end to your project, or if you just glue it down, it's gonna hold really good. Like, I already made so many passes already, but it's all good. Like, this is gonna hold. So okay, let me just think. I wanted to put another one on this black one, and I'm going to go with this black, whatever that is. This is like a stretchy one, but it doesn't matter, it's all good. So I'm just going to connect them together. That's all that I'm doing. But this is gonna be fun, and I don't actually cut stuff off because that just adds to the charm. Hopefully this is you can see it good. So I just watched a video on YouTube how to make a twine, and that's about it. So let me try to do this. I have 2 strings, and I'm just going to make a tie at the end, like a knot. Now I have these bunny ears here, and I have really long ones. And I'm just going to start twirling around my finger and grabbing the other one. Usually I do 3 or 4 twirls. I don't even know how you call that. It's like 1, 2, and take the other one. 1, 2, and take the other one. And I'm holding it with this left hand, so it doesn't go, it doesn't unravel. And I'm doing this for forever, really. So you get something like this. Let me do a bit more so you can actually see how it looks like. And I'm not concerned about where my string actually ends. And some people like to have smaller chunks and then just stitch it together and add more stuff. Some people don't stitch it together, but I kind of find that it's nice for me if I just have long strands and then I attach them together. About 1 meter of the string. So yeah, that's about it. This is, I don't know, like what, 1 minute, 2 minutes? So yeah, and you continue until you get to the end of your string, and then you just attach a new one, a new string to it, and that's all that you do. But right now I would really like to show you how I made this one, because it's like really grungy and we have a lot of threads. Either we alter some clothing and we have those really nice looking threads, or we just sew a lot and we have a lot of sewing threads. So this one, this pink one, I just produced today. And what I do is I just make a clump of threads and I try to make it like in a snake type thingy. So I just have a bottle of water and I usually just put some on my fingers and then I go and smush it together. You can probably spritz the whole thing and mush it together. So it's a little bit better to work with because it's not so, it's not everywhere. I don't even know how to say. Okay, let me take a little bit more of this. This is a green one that I've been stitching with. And I'm gonna make the same clump. If you really have a problem with these threads, you can use some hairspray and just lightly coat them and then clump them together. I have something like this and I'm going to tie up here. I'm just going to make a knot, like, you know, probably not gonna catch all the threads, but I made myself a knot. And this is the best to do with two different colors because you actually can see which one is. And now you do the same thing like we did before. You take one clump and you just twist it, and that's all that you do. Twist, twist. Basically that's all the magic. I wanted to show you how I attach a new clump to this. I just wanted to, let me come closer. I just want to mesh them together in one thing, if that makes sense. So here is like a big mess of something that you don't even know what it is. Just mashing stuff together. And I am going to add a little bit of, let me see. I have some blue here. Okay. And let's do some white. This is from a cotton sheet or something. So I'm just going to mesh them together. Let's spritz a little bit and make them more clingy to itself. And let's continue. And sometimes, you know, things might fall apart and stuff, but it's so much fun just to use up the threads. And I don't even mind. Look, I just mash it together and just go with the flow and see how it looks like. This one doesn't want to work with me. Okay, let's try it again. So that you'll know that it is possible to make a twine out of just sewing threads. And I think this would look really, really good on a spine. Okay, you just go together now. Just go together with your friend. Let's see. This one is more fiddly, I must say, but the result is really nice. So I'm not complaining at all that it's a little bit difficult. And sometimes you can get confused as well, but you know which one is which, especially if you don't have especially if you have similar colors. So that's why I'm trying to do two different colors. I mean, I have more than just two, but let's leave it at that. So this is what we made. Hopefully you can see. It's really soft and fluffy, as you can see. So it's a really nice twine. I'm wondering how quickly I'm gonna use this pile, because it's pretty deep. And I even have some jeans here. I know people have a lot of threads, so this way you can actually use the threads up for something really awesome. So I hope you like this video. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.